Zhao Zhuo travels in his carriage toward the next village, privately thanking Li Tianyuan for giving him the Longxiang Guards. However, he has no intention of leading them into a direct clash with Tu Su. Instead, he plans to stock up on supplies, avoid the rebel forces, and leave the disaster in Tianjing for everyone else to deal with, regardless of whether they live or die. With the Qian dynasty controlling such a vast territory, Zhao Zhuo figures there are plenty of places where he can settle down. The thought sends him into a burst of manic laughter so loud that even the Longxiang Guards outside can hear him. One of the Longxiang Guards turns to Yuan Tianshu for instructions, but Yuan Tianshu explains that Zhao Zhuo currently possesses the Tiger Talisman, meaning they cannot openly defy his orders. Even so, the Longxiang Guard only needs to follow the instructions he has already given. A few moments later, the surrounding forest grows strangely dark and quiet. Lord Xiao races through the trees at incredible speed, leaping from one to another before suddenly stopping when she spots a village burning ahead. Believing this must be the work of the foolish emperor, she becomes so enraged that the tree trunk is damaged when she slams her hand against it. A rustling sound suddenly comes from the bushes, immediately putting her on alert. Lord Xiao demands to know who is there, and a Longxiang Guard urges her to wait before questioning whether he is a scout from the Zhenbei army. He assures her that he has no hostility toward her, and explains that he is acting under Yuan Tianshu's orders, having remained there specifically to wait for her. Lord Xiao is puzzled by the claim that he has been waiting for her, and demands his purpose. The Longxiang Guard explains that they have no desire to become enemies with Prince Tu Su, and the rations Yuan Tianshu previously left behind were meant to demonstrate their position. Hearing this, Lord Xiao concludes that their earlier defeat must have been intentional. However, the Longxiang Guard reveals that those supplies were all plundered from the surrounding villages. Lord Xiao immediately blames the foolish emperor, only for the Longxiang Guard to deny it and reveal that Zhao Zhuo is responsible. Since Zhao Zhuo currently holds the Tiger Talisman, Yuan Tianshu has no way to openly defy him. Zhao Zhuo has been plundering the region around Tianjing and carrying out a scorched earth strategy, intending to weaken the Zhenbei army through attrition. Because of that, Yuan Tianshu secretly made these arrangements and ordered him to remain behind so he could coordinate with the Zhenbei army. Lord Xiao considers the explanation for a moment before declaring that she finally understands, catching the Longxiang Guard by surprise. She then lets out a loud whistle and calls for her bird, which quickly flies toward her. Lord Xiao admits that she cannot verify what the Longxiang Guard has revealed, but she will report everything to Tu Su and leave the judgment to him. When the Longxiang Guard wonders whether she intends to return and report it personally, Lord Xiao explains that she has other tasks to complete, adding that perhaps she and the Longxiang Guard will meet again soon. Meanwhile, back in Tianjing, red flags rise outside the palace walls as tents are erected nearby. A military camp has formed, with soldiers busily making preparations. Tu Ye considers the situation excellent, believing that everything is finally under control. The old dog, Zhao Zhuo, has taken the entire Longxiang Guards away with him, leaving fewer than 1,000 soldiers in the city who are still capable of fighting. With that opportunity in front of him, Tu Ye wonders why his dear brother Tu Su has not hurried to finish him off. But suddenly, Tu Ye senses that something does not seem right. Tu Ye wonders if Tu Su isn't supposed to have 100,000 Zhenbei soldiers. The forces beneath the city walls are certainly numerous, but they don't look anywhere close to 100,000, making him suspect that his big brother may have split his army just to deal with a useless person like him. Then, Tu Ye suddenly spots Tu Su and freezes in surprise. Tu Su rides forward alone, leaving Tu Ye wondering why he isn't attacking, why he is coming so close by himself, and whether he truly isn't afraid. His expression changes the moment he notices the archer beside him aiming directly at Tu Su. Tu Ye immediately orders the archer to stop, demanding to know who gave him permission to fire and commanding him to lower the arrow. After all, if Tu Su dies from a single shot, Tu Ye wonders who is supposed to conquer the Qian dynasty. On the other side, Tu Su simply smiles. He calls out to Tu Ye, wondering if he has finally become the foolish emperor he always wanted to be. Tu Ye is caught off guard, but Tu Su continues, remarking that just like before, Tu Ye still indulges in pleasure, stubbornly refuses to change, and openly scorns the rules. Tu Ye naturally assumes those words are aimed at him, but the next statement leaves him petrified. Tu Su declares that Tu Ye has gone this far just to play the role of a foolish emperor, hiding all his kindness beneath the act. The wind violently whips the flag through the air, but then suddenly dies, leaving the flag hanging limp against the pole. Tu Ye falls speechless, utterly confused by what Tu Su has just declared. Hearing the word kindness, he wonders who Tu Su could possibly be talking about before realizing that he apparently means him. Soon, Tu Ye figures out what must be happening. Coming alone, standing this close, and flattering him so smoothly can only mean Tu Su is trying to disarm him with words. Since Tu Su doesn't want the Zhenbei army to suffer losses, he must have come alone to persuade him into surrendering and capture the city without a fight. Tu Ye inwardly scoffs because surrendering immediately wouldn't satisfy the conditions of the Jingnan rebellion. No matter what Tu Su is planning, that day cannot end without a proper battle. He challenges Tu Su, mocking the idea that someone who calls himself a war god would begin a battle with so much formal talk at the front lines. Tu Su dismounts and remains silent for a moment before shaking his head and repeatedly addressing Tu Ye as his emperor, remarking that Tu Ye's mouth is still as sharp as ever. Once again, Tu Ye is surprised. Tu Su points out that Tu Ye has just alluded to a ceremony, and Tu Ye immediately assumes the main event is finally coming, declaring that they should raise the flag. That response leaves him completely flabbergasted. Tu Su announces that he will sound the orders, and Tu Ye begins trembling. Then Tu Su roars for everyone to rise. The Longxiang Guards immediately erupt into a chant, calling for Zhao Zhuo to be punished and the court to be purged. Their voices repeat the same demand with complete seriousness as Tu Su raises his sword, and everyone follows his movement while continuing the chant. In the middle of it all, Tu Su even winks at Tu Ye. At that exact moment, the system notifies Tu Ye that, as the former crown prince, Tu Su has submitted to him. Because of this, the Jingnan rebellion enters its second phase and transforms into yielding the throne for a worthy successor. The system explains that in Tu Ye's original world, Prince Li Chengqi of Tang Ruizong yielded the throne to Li Longji, preserving their deep bond as brothers and creating a celebrated historical tale. As a result, the event yielding the throne for a worthy successor grants Tu Ye 5,000 national power points, raising his current power balance to 5,900. As the chanting continues around him, Tu Ye looks so horrified that it almost seems as if his soul has left his body. As the chants continue, Zhao Zhuo apologizes to Tu Ye, admitting that he can no longer help him destroy the country. He is heading off to meet his end, and after that, finishing the job will be entirely up to Tu Ye. Tu Ye is dejected and slumps to the floor before questioning whether Tu Su really called him emperor and is finally acknowledging his reign. Tu Su confirms it, explaining that he came to the capital to congratulate Tu Ye on ascending the throne, just as they agreed 10 years ago. After all, staying cooped up in Tianjing as an emperor is nowhere near as satisfying as fighting battles on the front lines. Recalling how miserable he was, Tu Su explains that compared to that life, being emperor feels like a living death to him. The throne, the imperial title, and even his surname are nothing but shackles, and now Tu Ye has finally fulfilled the promise they made back then, freeing him from those restraints. Tu Su is now standing by the moat bridge, while Tu Ye is so shaken that he stumbles over his words, insisting that he is not responsible and did not do anything, so Tu Su should not blame him. Setting that aside for the moment, Tu Ye questions whether Tu Su is really planning to kill Zhao Zhuo. Tu Su spits and bursts into laughter, leaving Tu Ye waiting eagerly for his response. Of course he is. Zhao Zhuo forged an imperial decree in an attempt to harm him and stole the Tiger Talisman to plot treason. Tu Su has already ordered his subordinate, Wang Zhan, to lead 80,000 troops from the northern army against Zhao Zhuo. And when the time comes, he plans to present Zhao Zhuo's head as a coronation gift for Tu Ye. However, Tu Su is suddenly baffled when he notices Tu Ye is gone, complaining that he practiced a lot just to deliver that powerful speech. Tu Ye has already disappeared from where he was standing on the wall, and Tu Su becomes even more puzzled when he spots him by the gate. Tu Ye is already riding his horse past Tu Su with all his might. If he pushes himself and rides fast enough, he can take a shortcut, and he refuses to believe Wang Zhan has anything capable of competing with his speed. More importantly, no one is allowed to take that old dog's life except him. Zhao Zhuo's life belongs to him. Meanwhile, at the camp where Zhao Zhuo is staying, the sharp cracks of a whip echo loudly through the area. The Longxiang Guards grow increasingly enraged as the whip continues cracking, but they force themselves to hold back, tightening their grips on their weapons as they worry about their commander. Meanwhile, Zhao Zhuo remarks that Yuan Tianshu is quite a tough man, since even after being beaten for so long, he still refuses to make a sound, before accusing him of secretly meeting with Tu Su's men, betraying them, and colluding with the rebels. According to Zhao Zhuo, Yuan Tianshu has betrayed Great Qian and failed the emperor's trust, a crime severe enough to warrant the execution of his entire family. He lashes Yuan Tianshu so hard that he bends over backward from the pain, then wipes the sweat from his forehead, seemingly exhausted after all the whipping. Suddenly, a Longxiang Guard enters the room, worried about his commander. Zhao Zhuo immediately questions whether he has finally reached his limit and whether this is a place he can simply barge into, then accuses Yuan Tianshu's subordinate of intruding into a sensitive area and plotting to kill him, and seize control of the camp. Yuan Tianshu is in so much pain that he cannot speak at first, but he eventually orders the soldier to stay out of it and leave. The Longxiang Guard tries to reason with Yuan Tianshu, only to be cut off as Yuan Tianshu reminds him that for members of the Longxiang army, seeing the Tiger Talisman is the same as seeing the emperor himself, meaning his actions could be treated as rebellion. The Longxiang Guard is horrified by the predicament they are in, while Zhao Zhu agrees that defying him is the same as defying the emperor, because the Tiger Talisman is in his hands. Yuan Tianshu then checks whether the Longxiang Guard understands and orders him out, but he becomes alarmed when Zhao Zhu suddenly stops him from leaving. Zhao Zhuo challenges whether the Longxiang Guard truly believes he can walk away so easily and whether he looks like someone who lets things slide, before listing his crimes as breaking into the camp, disrespecting his superior, and plotting treachery. Under the law, that means a death sentence, so Zhao Zhuo begins considering the method, weighing slow slicing, roasting on a grill, or simply beheading him. With a menacing look in his eyes, Zhao Zhu raises his sword to execute the Longxiang Guard, but before the blade can fall, Tu Ye suddenly grabs his arm and stops him in time. Zhao Zhu is puzzled over who dares to grab him, while the Longxiang Guard is stunned the moment he sees Tu Ye, and Yuan Tianshu is just as stunned. Noticing their reactions, Zhao Zhuo grows curious and slowly looks over his shoulders, only to freeze in surprise when he sees Tu Ye glaring at him with bloodshot eyes and panting wildly. Looking completely feral, Tu Ye warns Zhao Zhuo to stop pushing his luck,